Good afternoon. Welcome to Centricom Channel 10. Peppergale Matt Robinson here with you in the first semifinal game of the 2A state champion softball matchups. The two undefeated teams, no surprise here, the number 1 and number 2 teams, Duchesne, the Duchesne Eagles and the Enterprise Wolves. And Matt, you brought up an interesting stat as far as runs allowed by both of these two teams coming into this game in the tournament.
Enterprise so far this weekend here at the Spanish Fort Complex, Pepper, is yet to allow a run, defeating South Sevier 11-0, and then 10 running Beaver 10-0, and an impressive stat leading into the 3 p.m. Friday afternoon championship bracket game. And Duchesne, not a lousy record of their own, defeated Altamont 13-4 and then 10-run Parowan. So Duchesne has only given up 4 runs so far this weekend here in Spanish Fort. So we look for a fantastic pitching duel, a great defensive contest, and both teams capable of scoring a lot of runs.
Enterprise coming in as the number 2 RPI. It will be the designated visiting team, so they will bat first. And Duchesne, as the number 1 RPI, will take the field first. And another interesting thing as far as looking at these two teams, looking back on the season, RPI seedings, determining opponents who you've played, win-losses, different things like that. Enterprise coming in with a number 2 team, but they have not yet lost to a 2A opponent, where Duchesne has had a couple losses to 2A.
Yeah, that may be a bit of a measuring stick. It's hard to say. Like we have said previously this weekend, you kind of got to throw the records out the window just a little bit. But both of these teams definitely have an impressive track record coming into this weekend. And the RPI, I believe, Pepper got it right. This is the number 1 versus the number 2 team. I think the RPI is correct, and I look for a fantastic contest. It's the 3 p.m. Friday afternoon championship bracket game, exactly where you want to be if you're one of these schools.
The winner of this game will walk to the championship game tomorrow afternoon, and the loser will drop down to play another semifinal game. Will face the winner of Beaver and Millard, which that game will be starting here in just a few minutes. And really quickly, got to give a huge shout out to our sponsors and everybody who makes these broadcasts possible. For those of you who have ever been a part of a broadcast, it's quite an affair, as there are dozens of people up here in the booth. Barrett Hilton and his crew do a fantastic job. Yesterday was just a mess, having to take down setups, put them back up between 2 different fields. And so Barrett Hilton, his daughters, Fallon, her son, the rest of the crew, thank you so much from Centricom. And then also a huge shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, we'd like to recognize our sponsors: Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Steel in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Jones and DeMille Engineering, and Town and Country Home Mortgage in Nephi. A huge shout out to the sponsors. We appreciate their support in allowing to broadcast the game for these kids and their fans. What a wonderful opportunity provided to us by these great sponsors.
And we want to welcome all of our listeners from the Duchesne and Enterprise areas, as the 2A reigning champions, the Enterprise Wolves, will step to bat first. And for Duchesne, starting in the circle is going to be number 24, Kelsey Grant. Behind the plate, number 8, Lexi Moreland. At first base, number 23, Lexi Young. At second base, number 2, Chesney Farnsworth. At third base, number 10, Cadence Crum. Playing short, number 20, Jaylee Farnsworth. In left field, number 5, Hallie Nilsson. In center field, number 21, Jocelyn Farnsworth. And number 22, Grace Davis, will start in right field. For Enterprise, your first 3 batters are going to be the lefty, number 3, Treasure Phelps, number 12, Riley Reber, and number 10, Addie Nilsson. And Matt, the Enterprise only losing 1 girl, to Kel Jones, from their championship team last year. A lot of experience coming into this game, and especially in softball for Enterprise, playing for the championship is nothing new to them.
Yeah, that's what they expect. They're an Enterprise in their softball program. They play for championships. We've seen it year in and year out, very consistent. They're a very well-prepared group of kids. And I give Duchesne a ton of credit as well. We've watched their program grow and improve and grow and improve over the last several years, and Duchesne has earned their way here, there's no doubt. One thing I'd like to say about Grant, the pitcher for Duchesne, she's very disciplined. She's got great velo on her fastball. She's able to hit her spots, and she also, Pepper, has a very good change of pace. I look for this to be a very good contest from the circle this afternoon.
Well, Kelsey Grant, a junior, like you mentioned, firing from the mound for Duchesne, and Blakely Christensen for Enterprise, and she's only a sophomore. So these two pitchers, they're going to face each other for at least another year. As Treasure Phelps, a senior from Enterprise, steps into the left side of the batter's box.
Early in the game, Phelps going to be looking to take Grant deep into some counts, make her throw strikes. Phelps, a very disciplined very disciplined and experienced leadoff batter, is going to look to drive this count deep.
First pitch comes in. It's outside, ball one. Grant fires the next one in. She's going to foul it off for strike one. And Phelps, she's batting .444 on the season with 10 RBIs, 1 double, and a triple.
One thing that I really like watching with Grant is, you notice she threw an off-speed pitch off the outside corner and then busted Phelps in on the hands. There's the second pitch in on the hands.
And she is not able to beat the throw there, so Treasure Phelps will get thrown out after it's knocked down by second baseman Chesney Farnsworth for Duchesne, so 1 out for the Enterprise Wolves.
Yeah, great pitching there by Grant. Off-speed pitch, outside corner, fastball in, and gets Phelps to ground out to the second base for the first out of the inning.
Next up is shortstop Riley Reber for the Enterprise Wolves.
Reber batting 143. Reber's job here is to turn into a leadoff batter and get a base.
She takes a look at the first pitch, strike one, as Grant delivers a nice one in the strike zone. And Reber takes a hack at the second one, strike two, so pitchers count.
Fastball outside, off-speed pitch outside, and Grant in the early going, doing a great job of pitching ahead in counts and also keeping the Enterprise Wolves off balance.
Nice hard hit's going to get a base hit for Reber as she hits it just beautifully out of the reach of either the first or second baseman. So Reber gets on base on a base hit.
Reber, a great job there. Down 0-2 in the count, didn't panic, shortened up her stroke and put the ball in play to the right side for a 1-out single.
Next up to bat is second baseman Addison Addie Nielsen. And Nielsen is a sophomore for the Lady Wolves. First pitch comes in, going to be ball one.
Addie Nielsen, sophomore, batting .364 on the year with 12 RBIs, 14 hits. Nielsen going to look to get something to the right side to advance the runner with 1 out.
Reber on first, 1 out. Nice hard hit's going to hit in the gap, and this is going to get Reber to third base. Nice cutoff as she throws it in. The center fielder for Duchesne gets it in, but nice hard hit by Addie Nielsen to advance Reber to third and get on base for herself.
Yeah, Grant continued to pound the outside half of the plate, and Nielsen just went with it. She got the pitch on the outside half and drove a line drive to the oppo gap. Reber on her horse all the way from first.
So runners on the corners with 1 out, and senior Noah Moyle steps into the box.
With 1 out, runners on first and third, Moyle's going to look to get a pitch to drive.
Wow. And the catcher for Duchesne, that's Lexi Moreland. She fires it down to third base, keeping those base runners honest.
Yeah, in the earlier game for Duchesne, Moreland is not shy about keeping those base runners honest.
First pitch for Moyle is a ball. Base runner will advance. Nielsen gets to second. And I think she pulled back before they called the strike on the bunt.
Yeah, she did. That was an off-speed pitch, and Moyle pulled back. Pitch in the dirt and allowed the runner to advance. So in the early going with the 4-hole hitter, Enterprise got runners on second and third, 1 out.
Pretty pitch as Grant nails that outside corner, strike 1. And Enterprise threatening to score very early on here in the first inning.
In the very early going, Grant is working hard at the outside half of the plate, looking to push the outside corner, maybe even 2-3 inches off the outside corner.
And that pitch is going to be high, so now 3 balls, 1 strike for the senior.
Grant needs to be careful, even though she's down 3-1. She does have a base open, doesn't want to give Moyle anything too good to hit here in the 4-hole.
Nice hard hit's going to be knocked down. This is probably going to score 2 as it goes off the third baseman's glove, and Moyle will stay on first, but she knocks 2 in, so Enterprise takes an early 2-run lead on just an unfortunate hop of the ball, knocking off the glove of the third baseman's glove.
Yeah, the third baseman for Duchesne is Crum, and I would have liked to have seen Crum give up a little ground. That ball kind of handcuffed her a little bit on the short hop. What you'd like to see her do there is give herself a half a step or a step drop in time to make a play. Ball ricocheted off her glove into left field, scoring 2 runs.
Moyle on first base, and this brings up Brooke Humphreys, the sophomore designated player. Grant with a beautiful pitch, strike 1.
Humphreys, the sophomore, batting .400 so far on the season. And with 1 out, runner on first, Humphreys going to look for something to drive.
Nice hard hit to shortstop, gets 1. Unable to turn the double, but she does get Moyle out on a fielder's choice. So that'll be 2 outs. And Humphreys gets on first, and that'll bring up the sophomore pitcher Blakely Christiansen for Enterprise.
Very, very close to a double play. Great discipline by the Duchesne Eagles. Quick turn at second base with the out at second, and almost turned the double play to get out of the inning.
Off-speed pitch, wow, right out of the gate, strike 1.
Yeah, Grant sort of buckled Christiansen with the off-speed pitch. She definitely wasn't looking for that, and it just kind of buckled her, and strike 1.
Second pitch inside, gets her to swing at it, strike 2. Great placement by Grant.
Almost looked like a screwball running in inside half, kind of running in on a right-handed batter, and Grant responding now quickly up 0-2 with 2 outs.
Third pitch comes in, it's going to be a ball as Grant tries to, has a lot of opportunity now though to try to play with her just a little bit.
Yeah, when you're up 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really pitch, and that's what Grant did there. Tried to hit her with an off-speed, change of pace, and just some discipline there from Christiansen.
And that pitch comes in high and outside, so you count now 2-2 with Humphreys on first.
2-2, 2 outs.
That pitch will not catch the outside corner, so now we got full count to Blakely Christiansen.
I think that was an inch or 2 off the outside corner, but what a great pitch hitting her spot by Grant. Great pitch, great discipline by Christiansen.
Ball's going to be popped up. Can she get it? She can. So Jaylee Farnsworth gets Duchesne out of that inning, but Enterprise getting on the board early on a hit and an error from Noah Moyle. Enterprise up 2-0. We'll be back for bottom of the first half after this.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Town & Country Home Mortgage has been simplifying the home buying process for 18 years. We offer VA, FHA, USDA, conventional, and construction loans. Come see us or apply online at NephiMortgage.com. That's NephiMortgage.com. We are committed to our community and enjoy serving our friends and family. Talk to one of our expert loan officers, Abby Ivory, Liz Brotherson, Chantel Bennett, or Joe Nielsen. Town and Country Home Mortgage, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. For Enterprise, in the circle is going to be Blakely Christiansen. Behind the plate, Haley Drake. At first base, Macy Hunt. At second, Addie Nilsson. At third, Noah Moyle. We're going to take just a second as first pitch is delivered by Christiansen to Jaylee Farnsworth. Ball one. At shortstop, we got Riley Reber. It's Treasure Phelps in left. Maddie Grob in center. That pitch comes in, ball two. And Becca Hess in right field. So the count quickly for Jaylee Farnsworth, the sophomore, 2 balls.
Jaylee working ahead in the count, 2-0. Christiansen, the sophomore, comes in with the high heat there.
You know, it's been interesting to watch during the tournament how the pitchers definitely influence the tempo of the game, how if they can slow it down, speed it up, give pitchers or batters time in the box or not. And Christiansen, she gets in there and she fires them in.
Yeah, Christiansen working at a very fast clip, much more rapidly than Grant. Grant's a little, not slow, but a little more methodical and has a process. Christiansen's process is very quick. She has a very quick pace.
Count 2-2. And now the count is full for the sophomore shortstop. And I would expect Christiansen to come right at her on this pitch.
Yep, 3-2 leadoff batter.
And Farnsworth does a good job battling, fouling it off to stay alive for another pitch in the box.
3-2 pitch. Christiansen came inside half, and Farnsworth able to fight it off. Christiansen delivers, and Farnsworth battles again as it fouls off her bat. Christiansen living with the high heat right now. A steady dose of high heat right now to Farnsworth.
I think that was the 8th pitch for Christiansen. Ooh, that hit her. Does it matter?
The umpire called dead ball, so if it hit her, the umpire must be saying that she swung. If she swung at the ball, even if it hits her, it would be considered a foul ball or a strike. Foul ball in that case. So it either hit her hand or it hit off the end of the bat, one or the other. The umpire called it a dead ball foul.
She does not get to take her base, so Jaylee Farnsworth back in the box.
Great battle here in the bottom half of the first.
And Farnsworth will win it as she's walked, and she will take her first base. And I think there's about 10 pitches on that very first batter, so Duchesne doing a good job, like you were talking about, getting Christiansen deep into her pitch count.
Very good job by Farnsworth as a leadoff batter, taking the count deep into the count. 10-pitch at bat. That's what you call a quality at bat for Farnsworth and winning the first base.
Jocelyn Farnsworth on the left side of the box. Looks like she might try to slap. Strike one.
Yeah, Farnsworth, Jocelyn Farnsworth, a slap hitter. She's going to try to get those feet moving and find a gap somewhere on the left side. With the runner on first, don't be surprised if Duchesne applies pressure and you see a base runner going here.
Tries to lay down a bunch, strike two, so she's going to have to swing away on this one.
Yeah, that pitch I believe would have been high, but Farnsworth offered at it and fouled it off.
So Jaylee Farnsworth on first, Jocelyn Farnsworth in the box. And she's going to be caught looking as Blakely Christiansen gets strikeout number one.
So Farnsworth offered at what looked like a ball and then took a strike right down the middle for a backwards K, first out of the inning.
Kelsey Grant now in the box. Grant, the pitcher, junior pitcher for the Duchesne Eagles. Takes a nice cut at pitch number one, strike one.
Grant stepping in with an aggressive attitude. We were talking last night as a coach. I love offering at the first pitch. The pitcher is definitely trying to pitch ahead, and very frequently you're going to get a first pitch strike. I like that aggressive approach by Grant.
Pitch is high, and Farnsworth is going to get to base number 2. She's going to try to go to 3. No, she's going to be held up. Probably a very smart call by her base coaches as Enterprise quickly relays that ball in from center field.
Yeah, stolen base by Farnsworth. I was looking for that to happen. Farnsworth and the Duchesne Eagles, I look for them to be very aggressive on the base paths, especially early, and try and force the issue. And they did it there. That ball sailed into center field, but wisely held up at second base.
So Kelsey Grant, count 1-1. Nice hard hit into left field. Can it be top brought by Treasure Phelps? No, it cannot. It bounces in front of Phelps. She can't quite get to it. So base hit for Grant and advances Jaylee Farnsworth to third.
Yeah, Grant didn't get it all, but she got enough to find green grass in shallow left field. That's a 1-out single and advances the runner to third base.
So 1 out here with runners on the corners, and number 4 batter Lexi Moreland, who plays in the catching position, steps in the box. First pitch is high, and they're going to get a run. Duchesne is going to get a run on an overthrown ball to third base, and Kelsey Grant's going to advance to third, and Duchesne capitalizes on an Enterprise very uncharacteristic error.
Yeah, Enterprise showing signs of being just a little bit of adrenaline going on right now. You noticed on that overthrow, both players vacated third base. So Grant, who was stealing second and drew the throw down to third base, wisely, with nobody at third base, wisely came on and took third. So on one play, they score plate 1 run and have another run in on third base.
And Moreland's going to pop it up. I think it's going to be easily caught at short. It is. So she will fly out to second. 2 outs. Kelsey Grant waiting on third patiently to try to tie it up at 2. And now third baseman Cadence Crum steps into the box for the Eagles.
Great response by Christiansen. Stayed within herself. Didn't try to do too much and got the pop out to shortstop.
Pitch looks like it's high. Ball 1.
Steady diet of rise balls from Christiansen. She's going to live right there with that high heat, try to get the Duchesne Eagles to chase.
And she's going to hit it. Is it going to fall in the gap? It is, and she's going to score a run as there was a miscommunication between second and short as both ran to the ball, and they just let it drop.
Both of them stopped, looked at each other, and the ball dropped right at their feet. And just a miscommunication by the shortstop and the second baseman. Definitely as a pitcher, Christiansen, that's a play that you need to have behind you.
Hallie Nilsson now at the plate for Duchesne. We're all tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. And the left fielder, Hallie Nilsson, picks up strike number 2, I think.
Yeah, a ton of pressure, Pepper, a ton of pressure in this bottom half of the first applied on the base paths by Duchesne. Duchesne basically saying to Enterprise, hey, you're going to have to make a play. And just a lot of pressure, and they've tied the score up at 2 runs apiece.
And this is everything you'd like a semifinal game to be. 2-2. And she's going to take a cut at a high ball off the end of her bat. So foul ball, strike 2, count 1-2 with Cadence Crum on first base. Christiansen ready to fire the pitch in. Here it comes. She's going to take another cut at it. It's going to go foul again.
Fouled straight back. Christiansen, the sophomore, with 2 outs and a runner on first, has the batter down 1-2.
Ball's in the dirt, so count's now full. No, it's not. It's 2-2. What am I saying?
2-2, 2 outs.
2-2, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. And this one's going to go foul as well. So Hallie Nilsson, who bats .392 on the season with 36 RBIs, 6 doubles. Wow, 5 triples and 3 home runs. She's doing what she can to stay alive in the box. Fouls another one off.
Yeah, Nilsson doing a great job at turning this into a quality at-bat. And these are the little things that happen early in the game that end up making a difference down the road. A couple of batters have taken Christiansen deep into counts here in the bottom half of the first.
And Christiansen easily fields that one to get them out of the inning, but Duchesne answers right back after Enterprise scores 2, and then Enterprise gives up the first 2 runs of the state tournament here in the first inning of this semifinal game. We'll be back on Centricom Channel 10 in a minute.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
JN Auto loves our customers and our community, so we have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local JN Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
Welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. Pepper Gale, Matt Robinson here with you in the semifinal game between the Duchesne Eagles and the Enterprise Wolves. And we're all knotted up at 2 after the first inning of play. And up to bat now for the Duchesne Eagles is number 7, Haley Drake.
So Drake for the Enterprise Wolves bats .300, batting .300 on the year, 6 hits, 4 RBIs. And Drake, even though she's batting out of the 7-hole, looking to turn into a leadoff batter and get a base for the Lady Wolves.
Takes a hard cut at pitch number 1, strike 1 as it goes foul.
I'd look for Grant to continue to work that outside half of the plate, maybe occasionally an off-speed pitch to the inside half.
Second pitch coming from Grant. Another swing and gets a piece of it. Strike 2. Foul 2 for Haley Drake.
Shows you what I know. Right when I said she's going to work the outside half, she throws a rise ball up and in for strike 2.
She's just keeping you guessing.
But a very disciplined start for Grant. Immediately goes ahead 0-2.
And Grant does not chase the high outside pitch there. Ball 1.
Very good 0-2 pitch by Grant. Rise ball on the outer half, trying to get Drake to chase.
Pitch coming in. Low and inside, ball 2. So the count now 2-2. As Haley Drake's the leadoff batter here in the top of the second for the Enterprise Wolves. Nice off-speed pitch. And I don't know if Drake was expecting it or not. She was way ahead of it. Fouls it hard over the third baseline.
Yeah, Drake able to stay loaded long enough just to catch a piece of it. In fact, she hit it pretty hard, but great off-speed pitch. Even though you're not successful now, Drake knows in the back of her mind that she may see an off-speed pitch.
And another foul ball. That's got to be at least pitch 6 or 7 for Grant. And both these pitchers on these batters are throwing a lot of pitches at each batter.
Yeah, Drake taking Grant deep into the count here. Another foul ball.
And the good thing for these two teams, though, they've got pitchers to spare. They haven't played, and neither team has lost yet. And each team both still having, their pitchers' arms aren't ready to fall off like most of the other teams who've already lost.
Yeah, all the other teams in the one-loss bracket have played multiple games, tons of games in the last 2 days. These guys are relatively fresh. Only their third game in 2 days here this weekend.
So Haley Drake looking to set a record for the most pitches thrown in a semi-championship game at an at-bat. And she is doing a great job battling and not allowing Grant to strike her out.
Yeah, very high-quality at-bat for Drake.
And unfortunately for Drake, Grant wins the battle there. She records her first strikeout of the game, and I love the discipline of that pitching.
almost looked like a cutter or a slider that had good velo, but had just enough of a hook on the end of the pitch. It had just enough of a break to get the K, and that's a great disciplined pitch by Grant.
Maddie Grove now up to bat first. Pitch comes in high. Ball one.
Maddie Grove batting .333, 5 hits, 3 RBIs on the season with 2 outs. There's only 1 out. 1 out. Looking to get a base and get things going.
Swing and a miss. Strike one, ball one.
Grob took a daddy on that one. That was a great cut. Just missed it.
Grant takes a signal from her coach. Spins the ball on her hip, ready to deliver the pitch in. And she gets her to take a cut at it. Strike two. And those are one of those pitches that you really have a hard time not taking a cut at, but then when you do, you realize it. She hesitated just long enough.
Yeah, she got her to offer at a pitch that may have been just out of the strike zone. And Grant up 1-2 with 1 out.
That pitch comes in low, so now the count 2-2. And what started out as some pretty frenzied action the first inning has slowed way down here with the Enterprise Wolves at the top of the second. She's going to get her swinging, so Grant with strikeout number 2 here in the top of the second inning. Great pitching by Kelsey Grant.
Second strikeout of the inning, back-to-back Ks, swinging for Grant, and great discipline in hitting her spots and keeping the Enterprise Wolves off balance.
That'll bring up the number 9 batter, Becca Hess. She plays right field. She's a junior for the Enterprise Wolves.
And Hess batting .364 with 12 RBIs on the season.
Batting from the left side of the box. Looks like she's going to try to slap at it. First pitch goes by, strike one as it caught that outside corner.
Fastball painted the outside corner. Typically as a slapper, they like that outside pitch.
She takes a cut at that one, strike two as it goes foul. And the other two-way game going on right now is the Beaver Beavers and the Millard Eagles. The winner of that game will face the loser of this game tomorrow morning. Right now, Millard up 4-0 in the second inning. Count here with Becca Hess. 2 strikes, no balls, and she's going to catch her looking. 3 straight strikeouts for Kelsey Grant. Wow, what a way to come out in the second inning.
Strikes out the side, 2 swinging and 1 backwards K. What an inning by Grant.
And now Enterprise will see what they can do as they allow, as Duchesne takes the plate. We'll be back on Centricom after this.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
Welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. We're at the bottom of the second inning in the semifinal game between Enterprise and Duchesne. Up to bat now is Lexi Young. She takes a cut at the first pitch, and it's going to go foul. Strike one for first baseman Lexi Young.
Number 23, Lexi Young, batting .306 with 16 RBIs. 4 doubles and 2 triples on the year, looking to turn into a leadoff batter and get a base for the Duchesne Lady Eagles.
Young squared to bunt, pulled back, so ball one. As Moyle now going to have to be on her horse to get a bunt if she lays one down. And she's going to hit it right over Moyle's head. Base hit. Can she round first and get to second? She's going to try, and she's going to get a stand-up double as she is able to hit that ball just right over Noah Moyle's head on the third baseline. Great hit by Lexi Young.
In the previous pitch, Young pulled Moyle in on the bunt. Looked like Young was going to offer and lay down a bunt, pulled Moyle in on third base, and then just like she drew it up in the huddle, hit a looping line drive right where Moyle used to be for a double to lead it off.
Grace Davis up to bat now. I don't think that pitch is going to count.
Yeah, the umpire got just a little confused. Davis asking for timeout for an extended period of time and was finally granted, so no pitch.
Pitch outside. Ball one. You know, and on that last hit too, unfortunately for Enterprise, that ball took a bad bounce as soon as it hit on the infield and bounced clear out of play, but went fair first before it went out of play. Second pitch comes in. Strike one for Davis.
Yeah, you would say that hit had a lot of English on it. As soon as it hit the dirt, it took a wild hop to the third base fence, and just with that awkward spin, Young, with aggressive base running, got a double.
This is going to be popped up to shortstop for Enterprise, and Riley Reber easily catches that one, so Grace Davis will fly out. Now the umpire had his fist out for obstruction. We'll see what the call is. He immediately signaled obstruction. So the base runner might be out as well. No? The fist came out. So who's obstructing, the catcher? And Coach Jones for Enterprise coming in for an explanation. I'm not sure. The fist came out immediately. I noticed the fist. The umpire had the fist out. I'm not exactly sure what the call is. Nevertheless, that negated the pop out. Yes, it did. So Grace Davis will come back to hit again. Maybe it was an obstruction on the catcher. It looks like or maybe an illegal pitch. Maybe an illegal pitch. Coach Jones going to talk to the pitcher. So the count now 2-1. So I'm thinking it had to have been because it had to have been an illegal pitch because there's a ball. Yeah, based on the reaction of Coach Jones now approaching the circle, I'm going to call that an illegal pitch. And she's going in to talk to her hurler to make sure that she knows, what she needs to do. And we've seen this a couple of times here at the state tournament. These umpires getting the girls for a couple of illegal pitches, whether or not they're pulling their foot too soon or not staying within the parameters of where they should be pitching. Yeah, I think that may have been it. I'm not 100% sure what the illegal pitch was, but if she comes outside of the parameter, outside the width of the rubber, then that would be an illegal pitch. And the umpire had no doubt. His fist came out immediately, so no pitch. Now, the reason why they let the play happen is the fist comes out, and the batting team can actually choose the result of the play. They can choose the illegal pitch, or they can choose the result of the play. And she's going to hit that ball into center field, but it's going to be caught by center fielder Maddie Grob. So nice hit to center field, but regardless, she still gets the first out of the inning. Yeah, just missed it, but fly out to that left center gap. And that's for the first out of the inning. Brings up batter number 9, second baseman Chesney Farnsworth, who's a freshman. She's going to pop it up. Can Enterprise get under it? Noah Moyle, wow, makes an awesome catch. And she did not tag up on second. They're going to turn a double play, and Enterprise, wow, on a great play by Noah Moyle, fires it back to second base to get out Lexi Young, catches her unaware. Momentum shifts, and Enterprise comes out unscathed. Yeah, with that foul ball in foul territory, I'm not sure what the base runner was doing there. There really was no reason for her to be off the base. It was obviously in foul territory. Nevertheless, a very heads-up play by Moyle made a great catch and then doubled her off at second base. We're all knotted up after 2. We'll send it back to the studio. We'll be back for third inning action after this.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert. Jones and DeMille Engineering is more than a civil engineering firm. They're shaping new opportunities for work and play, shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West, and shaping the communities that they're proud to be a part of. Their offices in Richfield, Manti, Price, St. George, Monticello, Springville, Roosevelt, and Tooele provide civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. Pepper Gale, Matt Robinson here with you. As after 2 innings, we're still knotted up at 2, and a lot of ball game left. As we are back to the top of the batting order, Treasure Phelps for the Enterprise Wolves, and her first at bat, Treasure Phelps, was thrown out after hitting it to second base and not able to outrun the throw. And Phelps hoping to get something started for Enterprise to get the momentum going for the Wolves.
Yeah, some big momentum swings in that bottom half of the second. Duchesne looked to have some momentum going, and that momentum snatched away by a great double play.
Phelps is going to fly out too short, so first pitch, Phelps swings on it, and she's going to be, and Jaylee Farnsworth just easily steps under it for out number 1.
Can't be more efficient than that for Grant. One pitch, one pop out to the shortstop. Very efficient.
Up now is Riley Reber. Reber with a base hit, her first at bat. Knocked in by Noah Moyle. And she's nice hard hit's going to go into left field. She's going to easily get to first on this one. Turn and look. And Duchesne hits her cutoff runner, so beautiful base hit by Reber.
Yeah, Grant hung an off-speed pitch, which dropped right into the zone, and Reber just stayed loaded and hammered that between the third baseman and the shortstop for a single, one-out single.
That'll bring up Addie Nilsson, batting in the number 3 spot for Enterprise. She also had a base hit, her first at-bat, brought in on a base hit by Moyle. So Nilsson. And the ball is going to go above the catcher's head. Reber will easily advance to second. Ball 1.
Nelson obviously looking to square and bunt and advance the runner, but no need. She pulls back on the high pitch. Wild pitch allows Reber to advance to second base.
Second pitch coming high outside. Ball 2 for Nelson.
So Nelson sitting in a good spot. Up 2-0, only one out, and a runner on second in scoring position.
And she just couldn't help herself on that one. She had to take a cut out at strike 1 to Nelson.
Yep.
Great placement there by Grant.
Grant came with the high heat, and Nelson just couldn't lay off. Got her to chase on the high fastball.
Count 2-1. And she catcher sets up on the outside corner. That's Lexi Moreland, but unable to get her to chase it. So now 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Grant looking to get that call 2-3 inches off the outside corner. Disciplined by Nilsson not to offer it that.
Wow, nice hard hit. It's going to go. It's going over the fence, and there's a home run by the number 3 hitter, Addie Nilsson. She's going to knock Riley Reber in, and Nilsson on that hit is going to advance the lead to 4-2. Great hit by Nilsson.
Yeah, very disciplined swing. Nilsson got something in her zone and hit a hard line drive to the left center gap. And just enough to get over the fence for 2 RBIs for Nilsson and the Enterprise Wolves taking the 4-2 lead.
So all 4 runs for Enterprise being, the girls crossing the plate are Riley Reber for 2 and Addie Nilsson for 2. And with 1 out, Enterprise goes up 4-2 on Duchesne. That'll bring up Noah Moyle, who got on base on a base hit, her first at-bat with 2 RBIs.
Moyle in the 4-hole. Should be loose and free now, looking for something that she can drive. First pitch strike.
Pretty placement by Grant, getting that inside corner. And I don't think that's probably the pitch that Moyle wants to swing at anyway.
Yeah, Grant came in on her hand. She's been working the outer half and came in on Moyle's hands.
Nice hard hit's going to be tracked down by shortstop, and it is. So Jaylee Farnsworth gets underneath it for out number 2.
Good response by Grant to Moyle, getting Moyle to fly out to almost in that no man's land behind third base, but the shortstop glided over there, able to make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now up to bat is Brooke Humphreys. Humphreys is the designated player, sophomore. First pitch comes in, ball 1.
Humphreys 0-1 on the day.
And she reached for that one.
Off-speed pitch from Grant. Got Humphreys to chase.
Strike 1, ball 1. To Humphreys. Cut on that one goes foul on the third baseline. So 1 and 2 for Humphreys with 2 outs, no runners on for Enterprise.
Another off-speed pitch from Grant. Got Humphreys out in front.
Tries to catch that outside corner, unable to do so. 2 and 2 now. Drake sets, spins the ball on her hip. Low and in the dirt. Count is now full. So both are going to have to come at each other on this next pitch. Duchesne really needing to get out of this inning, and Enterprise trying to keep their momentum going. And they are going to catch her looking, and I think she thought she was going to walk. A little delayed strikeout call from the umpire, but she will go down looking, and so Enterprise does score 2 runs, though, and extends that lead 4-2. We'll come back bottom of the third after this.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. Peppergale, Matt Robinson here with you, bottom of the third inning, and we're at the top of the order as Jaylee Farnsworth, the sophomore, steps up to bat. She walked her first at bat and crossed home plate.
Yeah, if you remember, Farnsworth took Christiansen deep into the count and drew a leadoff walk, looking to do the same thing here, and the Duchesne Eagles need to respond here in the bottom half of the third.
First pitch ball, second pitch catches that outside corner. Strike 1 to Farnsworth. That pitch looks good. Oh no, ball 2. Our vantage point's very deceiving from up here in the booth.
Yeah, that ball must have been down. I don't think it was outside. It must have been down.
Ball's popped up. Can they get to it? Oh, catcher for Enterprise. That's Haley Drake. Makes a diving attempt, unable to get it. So strike 2 to Farnsworth.
Great effort by Drake. And a great response by Christiansen, hitting her spots here in the opening to the leadoff batter here in the bottom half of the third.
Count 2-2. Jaylee will hit it and be snagged out of the air by Noah Moyle. So Farnsworth drawing the first out of the game. And that'll bring up Jocelyn Farnsworth, who struck out her first at-bat.
Moyle with a great play there on third base. Caught that line drive actually in foul territory, making a play for Christiansen, her pitcher.
So Jocelyn Farnsworth on the left side of the box. Takes a run at it. Ball one.
Jocelyn Farnsworth with the strikeout, looking in her first at-bat, looking to get a more productive at-bat here for the Lady Eagles.
Second pitch comes up high and inside. Ball two. She takes a cut at it, gets a piece of it, goes foul for strike one.
The slap hitting strategy is an interesting one for me, Pepper. You see several of the softball players doing it and just trying to get a jump start on their run to first base. And you can see it there. She turns a routine ground ball into a close play at first with that extra 2-3 steps. But ultimately a great play and out for the Enterprise Wolves.
Yeah, Addie Nelson doing a great job fielding it for Enterprise and getting the second out at first base. And now Kelsey Grant, the pitcher.
I guess maybe it's because I'm fat and slow, but I never quite understood the slap hitting mentality. I always like to stand in and take Daddy Hack's seat and drive the ball deep.
Beautiful hit by Kelsey Grant, base hit as she hits it into left field. And, you know, the slap hitting, though, going back to the slap hitting strategy, we're on your left side of the box, you know, gives them, a little bit of advantage. They're a little bit closer to first. That's how it was explained to me.
Almost a 2, maybe 2.5 step head start. And, you know, with a well-placed ground ball, you can turn it into a single. Grant with a hard hit, 2-out single for the Duchesne Lady Eagles there. Grant got all of it.
Lexi Moreland now up. And that pitch is high, ball one.
With 2 outs and down 2, I still wouldn't be surprised to see the Duchesne Eagles stay aggressive on the base paths here.
And that ball took a bounce in a row before the plate, but Grant's still at first, not even really trying to get to second.
Nope, not so far. Grant has been an ultra-aggressive runner on the base paths.
Nice hard hit's going to go off shortstop, so base hit as Grant rounds second, fielded by Phelps. And Moreland will get a base hit.
Base hit for Moreland. She hammered that one. The shortstop able to get just a little bit of leather on it, but not nearly enough. That ball was hammered by Moreland. So the Duchesne Eagles responding with 2 outs and got a little something going. 2 out hitting for the Lady Eagles.
Cadence Crum in the box now. First pitch comes in low and inside ball, and Crum, her first at bat, had a nice base hit just over.
Straight up the middle, I believe.
Straight up the middle, yeah. I think I was going to catch that outside corner. Wow, nice throw down by Drake. They're going to say she's safe, though. The Enterprise fans saying she got her, but
I think she got back under the tag. But a close play and an aggressive play.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Crum. And this is a pretty big at-bat for both teams. If Crum can get the bat on it and advanced runners are going to get a runner to score, cut into that lead, to be huge for Duchesne. But she's going to go down swinging as Christiansen gets her, and 2 will be left stranded on. Enterprise keeps Duchesne from scoring, and we will go to the top of the 4th with Enterprise with a 2 leading 4-2, and come back to Centricom after this.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody at Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Wasn't there live, but
welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. It's the top of the fourth inning. Enterprise with a 4-2 lead. And getting ready to bat for the Enterprise Wolves, we'll have Blakely Christiansen, Haley Drake, and Maddie Grob for the Enterprise Wolves. Christiansen, her first at-bat, she flew out to the shortstop. And she will see what she can do as a leadoff batter for the Enterprise Wolves.
And a big inning here for the Duchesne Eagles, down by 2 runs here in the top of the fourth.
Grant's pitch comes in outside, ball 1 to Christiansen.
Big inning for Grant, big inning for the Duchesne Eagles, trying to stop the bleeding and stay in this game, stay in contact.
Second pitch high and outside as well, ball 2.
Christiansen with a disciplined approach at the plate right now. Both of those pitches right on the outside corner, just off the outside corner, but very disciplined by Christiansen.
Third pitch will catch that outside corner, so strike 1. And beautiful framing, I've got to say, by the catcher, Lexi Moreland.
Yeah, Lexi with what we call some glove magic there. I think she brought that one back in and got the call. Good job by Moreland there.
And Christiansen will pop one up to the second base, easily caught by second baseman Chesney Farnsworth, though. 1 out for Enterprise, and that'll bring Haley Drake up to bat.
3 fastballs on the outer half, and then Grant came inside with a breaking ball, an off-speed pitch, and got Christiansen to fly out to second base.
Drake, the catcher for Enterprise, had a strikeout her first at bat, looking to get the bat on the ball and get on base this inning. And ball comes in low and inside for ball 1. Second pitch on the way from Grant. Low and outside, ball 2.
So another disciplined at-bat here for the Enterprise Lady Wolves. And see if Grant can come back.
Third pitch comes in. It's going to be outside, so hitters count with 3 balls, no strikes. And I'm not sure, because we haven't been in this predicament the entire game to see if they're going to hold or if they're going to swing away. If you're Haley Drake, what do you do?
I think they'll have the take sign on here.
And she holds and gets strike 1. So Grant able to keep her in the box with the count now 3-1. And Drake squares up in the box. That pitch comes in, and Drake will win the battle as she will take a base on balls. And Maddie Grob, senior center fielder for Enterprise.
Yeah, very disciplined at-bats so far this inning from the Enterprise Wolves. And Grant's going to need to step off, reset herself, catch her breath, and come right back at her. 1 out, 1 runner on first, with Maddie Grob stepping into the box for the Enterprise Wolves.
Grob struck out her first at bat. She kind of squares the bunt, pulls back, ball 1. As Grant's pitch just rising too high, well out of the strike zone. So no outs, 1 runner on, 1 out. Bailey Christiansen flew out, Blakely Christiansen. And Grobs fouls the ball off, strike 1, ball 1. 1 out with Drake on first.
So the Enterprise Wolves up by 2 runs here in the top half of the 4th inning.
That pitch comes in, strike 2, and looked like a little bit of a slow down off-speed pitch, caught Grob off guard.
Yeah, Grant with a great off-speed pitch on the inner half, just buckled Grob. Grob definitely not expecting the off-speed pitch there, and goes behind 1-2.
Pitch comes in, ball 3, so full count. Nope, 2-2. I'm ahead of myself, not quite full.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And that was a great pitch right there by Grant. I'm not sure exactly where it missed. Must have been just a little bit high, but a great pitch by Grant.
And you can see the Grob's coach talking to her between pitches, giving her some wisdom. Grob goes back to get in the box. Count 2-2 with Drake on first for Enterprise. Grant delivers the pitch, and it's going to be inside. Catch that inside corner. She's going to catch her looking, so strikeout for Kelty Grant.
So Grant just missed inside on ball 2, came right back inside with the same pitch, and that's a backwards K for Grant, and a big response with a runner on first base and only 1 out. Grant gets the strikeout.
Becca Hess, number 9 batter. She struck out her first at bat. 2 outs with Drake still on first base. Tries to slap hit. It goes foul. Strike 1 to the junior.
Yep, good opening pitch by Grant with the slap hitter up. Comes inside on the hands, gets her to foul it off to the third base dugout. I would look for Grant to stay aggressive on the inner half with the slap hitter.
Grant sets for the second pitch. Hits the outside corner, too far outside, ball 1.
Little bit of an off-speed pitch to the outside corner. And once again, I'm exactly wrong. Looking for Grant to come inside with the slap hitter. She throws a off-speed pitch to the outside corner and didn't miss by much. It was a really good pitch.
Nice slap hit's going to drop in the hole, and this is going to advance both runners. And Drake, she decides to hang tight at second base. So beautiful slap hit. That's about as perfect as you can make the ball fall.
Yeah, and that right there is why I was saying I thought she was going to be coming on the inside half, because a slap hitter very often wants to get something on the outer half and just push it to the left side. Push it to the left side so that they can beat out the throw across the diamond. So as a defense for that, if I was the pitcher or calling the pitches, I would stay inside on the inside half. Nevertheless, base hit by Hess. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Back to the top of the order for the Enterprise Wolves.
That brings up Treasure Phelps. Phelps yet to get on base this contest. First pitch is going to go behind the catcher. Base runners will advance. As the ball went clear over took a hard bounce off the backstop, went over to first base.
Yeah, ball squirted clear down the first baseline, actually all the way down to the first baseman. And the wild pitch allows runners to move into scoring position. So a base hit, Pepper, right here by Phelps will plate 2 runs.
Enterprise threatening to score. Treasure Phelps 1 ball. Nice hard hit. Will it drop in the gap? Hit will not, as a beautiful save comes over by center fielder Jocelyn Farnsworth to get Duchesne out of that inning. And Enterprise doing what they could on a 2-out rally. Unable to score. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th after this.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com. CentralValleyMedicalCenter.com.
Welcome back to Centricom Channel 10. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. Enterprise unable to convert with base runners on second and third. And Duchesne now up to bat. We are batters 6, 7, and 8. Hallie Nilsson, Lexi Young, and Grace Davis. Hallie Nilsson, she flew out to, I believe, the second baseman, her first at bat. And Hallie playing left field. Now an opportunity to get on base here in the bottom of the fourth.
Nilsson definitely had some aggressive at-bats.
And Christiansen's first pitch comes in, strike one on the outside corner.
Paints the outside corner to go ahead early in the count.
She gets her to swing on that one, and easily fielded by Nilsson over to Hunt for out number one.
Yep, Christiansen living on the outside half there against Nilsson, got the ground out to the right side. Nilsson Q-tipped it. Easy play by the second baseman.
First baseman Alexi Young stepping into the left side of the batter's box. She had a base hit over third base her first at bat. Her cut at the ball goes foul, strike one.
Yeah, Young faked a bunt, pulled Moyle in, and then laid one right over top of her head. And Moyle again coming in very close on the third baseline.
Squared, pulled back, ball one. So strike one, ball one for Young. One out, no runners on. That ball cashed outside corner, strike two. Great framing by Drake.
Yeah, glove magic there again by the other catcher, Drake, bringing that ball off the outside corner and back, gets the called strike.
Off-speed pitch is going to catch her, looking for first strikeout of the inning, and you could see the frustration without even seeing her face just by the body language when she got struck out on that one.
Yeah, great off-speed pitch by Christiansen. Caught her totally off guard, buckled her, and couldn't even get the bat off of her shoulder, and it dropped in there for a strike.
Grace Davis now up. Grace, she was the batter with she actually flew out, but then called back on an illegal pitch. Strike one on the first pitch.
Davis with 2 outs, looking to get something going here for the Duchesne Eagles.
And Christiansen hits that inside corner, strike two.
So Christiansen feeling some rhythm here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Gaining confidence by the pitch.
Off-speed pitch doesn't make it quite to the plate. Ball one. As Davis gets back into the box, up to the plate. Takes a cut at it, fouls it off, stays alive in the battle. Count 1 and 2.
Davis trying desperately to get something going with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth for the Eagles.
Swing and a miss, strike three. So 3 up, 3 down for Duchesne. And we'll be back for 5th inning action after this.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Town & Country Home Mortgage has been simplifying the home buying process for 18 years. We offer VA, FHA, USDA, conventional, and construction loans. Come see us or apply online at NephiMortgage.com. That's NephiMortgage.com. We are committed to our community and enjoy serving our friends and family. Talk to one of our expert loan officers, Abby Ivory, Liz Brotherson, Chantel Bennett, or Joe Nielsen. Town & Country Home Mortgage, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork and two-way state softball action semifinal game. We're at the top of the fifth inning. The fifth inning stretch as the Enterprise Lady Wolves have a 4-2 lead over Duchesne. And we are near the top of the batting order with batters 2, 3, and 4. Riley Reber, Addie Nilsson, and Noah Moyle for the Enterprise Wolves. And, you know, a lot of action those first two innings as far as base running and runs. Not so much in the last two.
Yeah, you've got a fantastic championship softball game going on right here, going into the top half of the fifth, and the meat of the order up for the Enterprise Wolves. Reber 2 for 2, Nelson 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, and Moyle 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. So Grant's got her work cut out for her going here into the top of the fifth.
Nice hard hit. Is it going to be picked up? It is, as the left fielder for Duchesne, Hallie Nielsen, comes across to snag that out of the air to rob Riley Reber of her third base hit of the game.
Yeah, Grant needed that. That was a hard hit line drive, but the left fielder for the Duchesne came over and made a great catch. 1 pitch and 1 out for the Lady Eagles.
That brings up sophomore Addie Nielsen. She had a home run her last at bat. Nice deep hit into center, her first. And she's batting in the number 3 position for the Enterprise Wolves. Grant pitches inside, ball 1.
Trying to get Nielsen to bite on the off-speed pitch is Grant. And I like that strategy, trying to keep Nielsen off balance.
That pitch is right down the pipe, strike 1.
So the setup pitch, off-speed, first pitch ball, got Nielsen to take fastball right down the middle on the second pitch.
Third pitch coming. High and outside, ball 2.
So big for Grant to get that leadoff out here in the top half of the fifth inning.
Nice hard hit, shot to left field, and Farnsworth cannot get to it. And Addie Nielsen will get another base hit. She is 3 for 3 this game and doing what she needs to do as that number 3 batter.
Yeah, great hit by Nielsen, finding some green grass just in front of the left fielder. Comes up with the 1-out single, which brings Noah Moyle to the plate in the 4-hole for the Enterprise Wolves.
Moyle's 1 for 2. She flew out too short her last at bat. And the ball is going to go off the glove of Moreland. Nielsen will easily get to second. And now Enterprise in position to score.
I think Nielsen was running on that pitch anyway, but the pass ball on Moreland allows Nielsen to easily take second base. So with 1 out, Moyle has a runner in scoring position on second base.
Swing and goes foul, so strike 1 to Moyle. Strike 1, ball 1, 1 out, 1 runner on. Top of the fifth. Nice hard hit, and it's going to go into left field. This is definitely going to score. Nielsen, as she's on her horse, she's going to beat the throw there, and Moyle will get to second base on a nice hard hit to left field.
Moyle singles to left field and advances to second on the throw to the plate. And if you notice, Pepper, Nielsen was on her horse. As soon as that ball came off the bat, Nielsen was looking to score. She rounded third aggressively and had home on her mind the entire way. Enterprise takes a 3-run lead in the top half of the fifth with 1 out and a runner on second in scoring position.
And in the box is Brooke Humphreys. Pitch comes in, strike 1. She struck out her last at-bat. And Moyle knocking Addison Nielsen in. Moyle getting another RBI as Enterprise coach wants to talk to his batter. You can see, yesterday it was pretty cold yesterday, and it was a lot of sleeves and hoodies, and now the girls out there, they're sweating and it's hot. Gotta love spring softball weather in Utah.
Yeah, spring weather in Utah is unpredictable. And I think Coach Katie Jones is talking to the umpire. She's got her lineup card out. I don't know what they're talking about, if she's
speed up runner.
She's going to bring in a substitution for Moyle.
Number 13, Kyla Humphreys will come in to run for Moyle. Humphreys in the box with one strike. And Grant takes a signal from her coach. Fouls off the end of her bat, strike 2.
So Grant promptly responds by going up on the batter 0-2 with one out and a runner on second. I would look for Moyle to re-enter the game, probably just a speed-up runner to try and score this run from second for the Enterprise Wolves.
Nice throw down by Moreland. Doesn't catch Humphreys, but keeps her honest.
Yeah, Moreland, again, not shy about back-picking to any base.
Ball's hit to third base. It's going to be bobbled. And that is going to get her a base hit as she's going to get on an error as the third baseman for Duchesne, that's Cadence Crum, just couldn't corral that ball in, and that error is going to cost a base runner for Enterprise.
And I think what Crum was doing is she was thinking about looking the runner back to second before she fired it across, and she actually looked up at the base runner before she fielded that ground ball. Grant did her job getting the ground ball to third base and just mishandled by Crum.
It's amazing how fast the mind works, and sometimes our bodies just can't keep up with it. As Blakely Christiansen.
So the Enterprise Lady Wolves here in the top of the fifth in business with one out, runners on first and second. Christiansen steps into the box.
Beaver getting beat 11-0 in the fourth inning by Millard in the elimination game. The winner of that game will play the loser of this game tomorrow morning in the second semifinal game. As Christiansen's first pitch comes in, ball 1. Runners on second and first. Nice hard hit over the shortstop's head, but she's able to corral it down. And another error on third base is going to allow the runners to advance. And for Duchesne, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, those are daggers. The shortstop made a great play to get up and get leather on that ball and kept her composure even after she did not make the catch. She kept her composure, having the force out at third. And again, Crum just taking her eye off the ball and unable to make the play. So an E5 loads the bases for the Enterprise Wolves with one out.
And Haley Drake up to bat, as you can see Duchesne just having a little powwow. Softball is definitely a game of ups and downs and emotions, and all of the momentum right now in favor of the Enterprise Wolves with one out, bases loaded. The catcher, Haley Drake, she is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. And see what the junior catcher can do for the Enterprise Wolves right here.
So with one out, bases loaded, Duchesne pulls their infield in. They're going to the plate all the way, down 3 runs here in the top of the fifth.
Grant sets for the pitch. Beautiful pitch, hits that outside corner, strike 1.
Drake with one out, bases loaded with a 3-run lead. Not a lot of pressure on Drake. She should be hitting loose and free here for the Lady Wolves.
Second ball goes foul, strike 2. So Kelsey Grant up two strikes, no balls on Haley Drake. Drake's going to have to protect from here on out.
Grant doing a great job battling off a couple of errors coming back here and trying to keep her team in the ball game.
Pitch comes in low and outside, ball 1.
Great 0-2 pitch by Grant, trying to get Drake to chase low and away. Grant showing a lot of poise in the circle, fighting through a couple of errors.
And Drake is going to go down swinging as Grant gets her to, gets a strikeout. Bases loaded now, 2 outs, and Maddie Grob, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in this contest. And this is a very huge at-bat for both teams.
Yeah, and that last strikeout, Grant comes in with the heat, comes in with the rise ball on the 1-2 count and gets the strikeout.
Pitch comes in, strike 1.
Just really impressed at this point in the ball game with Grant, showing a lot of poise, fighting through some errors and some unfortunate plays, and coming back with a big strikeout and opens up 0-1 here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It almost looked like a cutter there, breaking away from the right-handed batter. Great pitch by Grant.
And this is a huge, huge at-bat for both teams. Grant gets her to swing, and so, wow, Duchesne doing a great job fighting Enterprise off as the bases were loaded, gets out of a jam, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th after this.
That was
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Doctors B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
JN Auto loves our customers and our community, so we have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local JN Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
It's the bottom of the 5th inning here at Spanish Fork in the semifinal game at 2A's for the 2A state championship. My goodness, 2A state softball championships. We're at batters 9, 1, and 2. Chesney Farnsworth is up to bat for Duchesne. Christian Hansen catching that outside corner, strike 1.
And Duchesne in damage control mode there in the top half of the 5th, needing desperately to plate some runs here to stay close, stay in contact.
Can she beat the throw to first? She cannot. And wow, look at the stretch on Hunt.
Yeah, great play by the defense for the Lady Wolves. Very close play at first base, but they got her.
So that'll bring us to the top of the order. Jaylee Farnsworth, the shortstop for Duchesne, is up to bat. She's 0 for 2 so far this game. And Christy Hansen throws the first pitch in. She's going to hit it right to shortstop, and that's an easy catch for Riley Reber.
And the Enterprise Wolves flashing some leather here in the bottom half of the 5th, saying nope, not today. And some great defensive plays by the Lady Wolves here.
Now that brings up the center fielder Jocelyn Farnsworth. Slap hitter, first pitch comes in, strike 1.
And again, some glove magic there behind the plate from the catcher, doing a great job of bringing that ball, which looks to be an inch or two off the outside corner, back and getting the strike called.
Not able to do it that time, but she tried hard. Ball 1.
Yep, she's doing a good job bringing the ball back in. And Christy Hansen is likely to continue to try to hit that outside corner.
Tries to get it again. Ball 2. Pitch comes in low, so now 3 balls, 1 strike to Farnsworth. And Christy Hansen just got to give her something in the strike zone.
Yep, Farnsworth with 2 outs, trying desperately to get a little something going for Duchesne here in the bottom half of the 5th, and draws the 2-out walk.
So Farnsworth will go to first base, and that'll bring up Kelsey Grant, who has just been stellar from in the circle on defense and in the box for offense.
Yeah, and things can change so quickly. With only a 3-run lead, now a runner on first. You're one swing of the bat from being right back in this ball game.
Pitch comes in, strike one.
I'm guessing Grant would like that pitch back. That was fastball pipe-ski right down the middle, and she opted to take.
Farnsworth on first, 2 outs. Wow, off-speed pitch. Strike 2.
Yeah, Grant, who has had a stellar day in the box, has left the bat on her shoulder for the first 2 pitches, down 0-2 with 2 outs.
Nice hard hit to Riley Reber. She throws it easily to Hunt, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Duchesne Eagles. 2 innings left. Enterprise up 5-2. We'll be back.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Top of the 6th inning here from Spanish Fork. And bottom of the batting order, Becca Hess, leadoff batter for the Enterprise Wolves. Kelsey Grant still in the circle for Duchesne. That pitch looks really pretty, and it is strike 1.
Grant really finding her rhythm in the last couple of innings, fighting off a couple of errors and really buckling down, doing everything she can to keep the Lady Eagles in this ball game.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Hess. She takes her place deep in the back of the box. Gets the bat on it, stay alive, foul ball.
With the 3-run lead, Enterprise can continue to be aggressive. No reason for Enterprise to get conservative at this point. But down 0-2 in the count, I'd look for Hess to shorten up and try to put something in play here.
Miss third strike. Is she going to make it to first? She is. So Hess will get on first on a drop third strike. And for Moreland, that's just frustrating because just bounced off the top of her glove. Really not a lot you can do there.
Yeah, that was a high fastball, way out of the zone. She got Hess to chase and just ricocheted off the top of the glove. I would call that a wild pitch. Just too high and hot to handle. Ends up in a drop third strike with the base runner on first.
Treasure Phelps squares to bunt. It's going to go high off her bat. Foul with a foul ball, strike 1. And Phelps yet to get on base this game as the leadoff runner. Just not having a lot of luck placing the ball where she wants it to be.
Yep, with nobody out with a runner on first, Phelps looking to drop down the bunt. Maybe try and get something down the third baseline. We'll see if Phelps is able to execute.
Squares to bunt again and goes foul. Strike 2.
Now behind 0-2, it'll be interesting to see if Enterprise. Sometimes coaches can get a little stubborn here and say, nope, your job is to bunt. But I would imagine they'll allow, Phelps will swing away.
Can they turn the double play? They cannot, but fielder's choice will get Becca Hess out, and Phelps will get on base. Great knockdown by Farnsworth at short.
Yeah, great play by Farnsworth and a great turn, really, but Phelps' speed gets first base, but not before the force out is awarded at second base.
And that brings up shortstop Riley Reber.
Reber 2 for 3 with great success at the plate so far today.
First pitch comes in low, ball 1. Second pitch, low and inside, ball 2.
So 1 out, runner on first. And the meat of the order here, Reber, Nielsen, and Moyle, all with huge days at the plate so far today for the Lady Wolves.
Nice hard hit. This is going to drop in the gap easily. And Phelps will advance to second. Nice base hit by Reber.
Reber not just staying within herself. She didn't absolutely obliterate that ball, but a base hit line drive to that right center gap and puts runners on first and second with 1 out for the Enterprise Wolves. And Enterprise is in business here in the top half of the 6th, looking to do some more damage.
And that brings up their heavy hitter, Addie Nilsson. She is 3 for 3 with a home run. Nice cut at the ball. Strike 1.
Nilsson stepping in with a lot of confidence, looking to get anything she can hit here to plate some additional runs.
Second pitch coming from Grant. Low and inside, ball 1. Wind coming in, catching on our mic. Sorry for the feedback there to our viewers.
So 1 strike, 1 ball, 1 out, and runners on first and second. Nelson looking to do some more damage for the Wolves.
She's going to foul another one off. So strike 2. And Nilsson now forced to protect. Grand able to play just a little bit with only 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 out, runner on first and second.
She gets her to chase an outside pitch, goes off the end of her bat. And again, great placement by Grant.
Good pitch by Grant. Nelson's hanging tough, fighting hard in the box. Nilsson with a ton of confidence. We'll see if Grant can hit her spot.
Pitch on the way. And nice drive. Is it going to clear the fence? It's not. And Farnsworth comes over from center field to get the snag and rob Addie Nilsson of a perfect at bat. But the runner, the Treasure Phelps, does advance to third.
Yeah, center fielder for the Duchesne Eagles has got great range. She can go to that left center gap and to the right center gap. And they do allow the runner to tag and advance on the fly ball, but not before they get the second out of the inning, which changes everything in this inning.
And Duchesne now, their coach, with a powwow in the middle, and we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. That's Intermountain Power Service Corp, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, Sam Pete Still in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Beaver Medical Clinic, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Jones and DeMille Engineering, and Town & Country Home Mortgage in Nephi. So those are the sponsors who are making it possible for us to bring this broadcast and all of the broadcasts to you from the 2A3A softball state championships. And with 2 outs, runners on the corners, Noah Moyle up for the Enterprise Wolves.
Moyle, batting out of the 4-hole, has had a very productive day for the Lady Wolves. Runners on first and third, 2 out.
Pitch comes in outside corner, strike 1, and that would have been a good one for Moyle to get the bat on.
Yeah, Grant quickly pitches ahead with a fastball on the outside corner.
High outside, ball 1.
Grant looking to push it even further outside, trying to get Moyle to chase. Moyle cool, calm, and collected here as she steps back into the box.
Pitch is high for ball 2.
Yeah, Grant obviously trying to get Moyle to chase something up and out of the zone. But Moyle not willing to participate so far.
Third pitch high and outside as well. Now Moyle ahead of the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Grant's going to have to come right at Moyle on this pitch.
Yeah, Moyle 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Up next is Humphreys, who is 0 for 3 with no RBIs. So it's no wonder that Grant is being ultra careful with Moyle, trying not to give her anything too good to hit.
Now full count. And this is, again, another pivotal moment here for both teams. Moyle with a chance to help Enterprise break open that lead. Duchesne needing desperately to keep them in check. Ball's going to come in, and she is going to walk. So Moyle's going to win that one. Bases now loaded, and Brooke Humphreys up to bat.
That pitch didn't miss by much, but Moyle stayed disciplined that entire at-bat.
Number 22, Brooke Humphreys. Up to bat, and we've seen some speed-up runners coming in from Moyle in the past. And not seeing anything quite yet, but the umpire is walking over to talk to somebody. So Brooke Humphreys.
Humphreys 0 for 3 on the day, but has bases loaded with 2 outs.
And the ball's going to be popped up. I believe the Millard Eagles just defeated the Lady Beavers. So Millard will advance to play in the second semifinal game tomorrow. They will play the loser of this game tomorrow morning as the Beavers season ends and Millard continues on their quest for a state championship. Ball's going to go behind the runner, and Enterprise does not force the action. Very smart for the Enterprise coaching staff to hold these base runners.
Yeah, no need to get the third out of the inning at the plate. Count is 1-1 with 2 outs.
So the count 1-1. Moreland tries to frame that, unable to do so. 2 balls, 1 strike to Humphreys. Top of the 6th inning, Enterprise with that 3-run lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs. That pitch is low as well. So now 3 balls, 1 strike, bases loaded. Duchesne can ill afford to walk a run in at this point.
Humphreys works the count ahead 3-1, and Grant's got to come with a strike here.
Nice hit to second base. Can she convert? She does, and Duchesne gets out of a predicament on that one and forces the out, not allowing Enterprise to score a run. Will be bottom of the 6th after this on Centricom Channel 10.
Jones and DeMille Engineering is more than a civil engineering firm. They're shaping new opportunities for work and play, shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West, and shaping the communities that they're proud to be a part of. Their offices in Richfield, Manti, Price, St. George, Monticello, Springville, Roosevelt, and Tooele provide civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
It's the bottom of the sixth inning as Duchesne getting out of a crunch there with bases loaded for Enterprise. And Lexi Moreland, the catcher for Duchesne, will lead off. She's 1 for 1 so far this contest, I believe, Matt. And Moreland looking to get something going for Duchesne. They still have 2 opportunities, 2 at-bats left for them.
Moreland is 1 for 2, Pepper, 1 for 2.
1 for 2. Christiansen's pitch outside, ball 1.
I was just looking at some pitching stats. So far in the game, this is the 6th inning pitch for Christiansen. She's given up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 base on balls, and 4 strikeouts. 75 total pitches, 49 strikes, 21 batters faced for Christensen. She's pitched a great game, Pepper.
She has. First 2 pitches to Moreland are balls, so count 2-0 for the catcher.
Bottom of the 6th, the score is 5-2 for Enterprise. Duchesne definitely still in touch in this game, needs some runs.
Nice hard hit. Does it have the range? It does. It goes over Phelps' head. She's going to round first. Easy stand-up double for Lexi Moreland, and the overthrown ball is going to be chased down by Hunt. So great hit for Lexi Moreland, getting something started for Duchesne.
Moreland hammers a line drive to the fence. One hops the fence over the left fielder's head to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And with nobody out and a runner on second base, the Lady Eagles have a little something going here in the bottom of the 6th.
Cadence Crum up to bat now. Nice hard hit's going to be popped up. Can Moyle get under it? She can. So Crum will fly out as Noah Moyle comes over from third to get out number 1.
So after the leadoff double to left field, Christiansen responds by getting Crum to pop out to third base. 1 out, runner on second.
Hallie Nilsson now up to bat. Pitch comes in, strike 1. And Christiansen trying to get her to chase the ball. She does not do it. So strike 1, ball 1.
Runner in scoring position. Nilsson needs something hard to a gap here with 1 out. Moreland will be on her horse at the crack of the bat, looking to score.
Nilsson squares in the box. And the ball goes off the end of her bat, strike 2.
Christiansen pitching with a 3-run lead, needs just continue to hit her spots.
And she gets her to chase that one on the far outside corner. Great placement by Christiansen.
Great 1-2 pitch by Christiansen, up and away, and gets Nilsson to chase out of the zone. But a phenomenal 1-2 pitch by Christiansen.
That brings up Lexi Young. And Lexi Moreland still stranded on second base after a beautiful shot to left field. Young on the left side of the box struck out her last at bat. Takes a nice healthy swing at that pitch, strike 1.
Young 1 for 2 on the day. Looking to play to run for the Eagles with the runner in scoring position.
Did she pull back? Oh, and they're going to try to get her in a pickle. Ooh. Nice, just caught me a little bit off guard there as Drake fired it down to third. Almost caught Moreland in a pickle. She does dive back to second. Count now, 2 strikes, too young.
I think they were trying to advance the runner, but with 2 outs, very interesting if Young tries to lay down a bunt here.
That pitch does not catch the outside corner. Ball 1.
The Enterprise fans wanted that one badly. And it was a great 0-2 pitch by Christiansen, but just a bit outside.
That pitch outside, ball 2.
And the Enterprise fans just on the edge of their seats wanting the umpire to ring her up, but both of those pitches off the outside corner.
2 outs, Moreland on second. Pitch comes in, hit right at Christiansen. She's going to throw her out at first, so Enterprise able to get out of that inning after Lexi Moreland tried to start him off with a beautiful shot to left field. One more inning. Duchesne has one more shot to try to get some runs on the board. We'll be back for 7th inning action after this.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork and 2A state softball action. Pepperell, Matt Robinson here with you. It's the top of the 7th inning. Enterprise with a 5-2 lead over Duchesne, and this is it. Kelsey Grant has stayed in the circle for Duchesne, pitching a great game, and the leadoff batter for Enterprise will be Blakely Christiansen.
Grant has pitched, will be her 7th inning, but she's pitched 6 complete, given up 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 base on balls, and 8 strikeouts. Grant's at 118 pitches with 75 strikes, faced 32 batters. She's been a battler out there all day today, and she needs to do it for one more inning to keep the Duchesne Lady Eagles close here, down 3 runs, 5-2 in the top of the 7th.
So pitcher facing pitcher as Blake Christiansen squares in the box. And she's going to pop up to second base. Going to be easily fielded by Chesney Farnsworth, so 1 out.
Very efficient start by Grant. 1 pitch, 1 out, gets Christiansen to pop out to second base.
And that'll bring up Haley Drake, the catcher for Enterprise. Drake struggling a little bit at bat this contest with 2 strikeouts and one walk. Batting in the number 7 position.
Look for Grant to come right after her.
And she steps up when she needs to. Nice line drive to get a base hit, and Drake gets on base.
Yeah, Drake does her job. Grant just came right after her with 2 strikeouts. She came right after her, Grant came right after her. Drake answered with a hard hit single right up the middle.
Next up is Maddie Grob. Grob, she's also struggled at bat as actually it looks like they may have somebody else coming in. So let's say 17 on her back. They may be, so that is number 17. So number 17, Hallie Christensen, is going to come in and bat for Enterprise.
Number 17, Hallie Christensen.
So Christensen makes her first appearance here in the 7th inning. She's batting from the left side of the box. Pitch is outside, ball 1.
the pinch hitter in the ball game for Enterprise with 1 out and a runner on first.
Second pitch tried to be framed by Moreland, not able to do so. Ball 2. Christiansen gives her a nice one to hit. Nice cut. Swing to miss. Strike 1.
So Grant should stay very aggressive, come right after. She's at the bottom of the order. Should stay very aggressive here.
That one's going to catch the outside corner. Strike 2. Great placement by Grant.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Grant should stay aggressive, stay right after.
And Christensen stays alive as she gets the bat on the ball, goes foul towards the Duchesne dugout. Still 1 out, 2-2 the count with Drake on first. Pitch coming from Grant, comes in, and foul again as it goes off the end of her bat. Just a little bit behind it.
Christiansen proving to be a very tough out here, not going down easy. Grant staying aggressive, firing strike after strike after strike, and Christiansen just fouling them off.
And she's going to hit it to the catcher, but it's going to be called a dead ball.
Yeah, so anything in front of the plate is considered fair territory.
Where's he going?
I don't know. That's it. Hey, come back. There's only 1 out.
Yeah, so not quite sure what's going on. I don't even know who he's talking to. I can't tell over there if he's talking to the Duchesne coach.
Yeah, he is. A very deliberate walk by the plate umpire down to the third base dugout to have a conversation with the Duchesne coach. Not sure what the conversation was.
Talking to the crowd, so maybe what'd you call that? It's not a sideline warning.
Yeah, possibly looked like a warning to the Duchesne fans from the plate umpire. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hallie Christensen in the box battling with Drake. Still at first base. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
I think that was a foul tip out caught by Moreland behind the plate for the 2nd out of the inning. And a big out for the Duchesne Eagles there.
And Becca Hess now batting, number 9 batter for Enterprise.
Hess 1 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. So look for Grant to stay aggressive here at the bottom of the order. First pitch, strike, fastball, paint the outside corner.
When you talked about with these slap hitters, you know, do you think maybe they should be trying to throw more inside, but she's content to throw on the outside on that first pitch.
Yeah, she's just hammering the outside corner. The catcher's moving out there again.
Ooh. Nice scale up on the first baseman for Duchesne so to prevent the overthrow on the throwdown from home.
Yeah, Moreland's been aggressive from behind the plate all weekend long. Definitely not afraid to back pick.
That foul ball is 2 strikes, 1 ball. And Duchesne 1 out away from keeping Enterprise from adding another run to the scoreboard.
Grant doing a fantastic job here of keeping her team close and ahead in the count here.
And they're going to say that she got her out at first, so a great dig by the by shortstop Jaylee Farnsworth, and I would say for the first baseman Lexi Young to dig that out of the ground and hold it up. What a great play by Duchesne.
Yeah, great defensive play by the first baseman there. A slow chopping ground ball fired across in the dirt and picked by the first baseman for the third out of the inning.
So bottom of the 7th, we'll be back for the exciting conclusion of this one in just a few minutes on Centricom Channel 10.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
We're back on Centricom Channel 10. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Duchesne having to get at least 3 runs to stay in this game and force it into extra innings. And we are at batters 8, 9, and 1. Grace Davis, Chesney Farnsworth, and Jaylee Farnsworth. And, you know, 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Matt, not something that is not, you know, that they can't do, but kind of a tall task.
Yeah, it's a tall task, especially with how Christiansen has been pitching today. But only 3 runs, it is possible, but this is it. Backs against the wall for the Duchesne Eagles here in the championship semifinal game.
The winner of this game will play for the championship tomorrow, and the loser will play the Millard Eagles tomorrow morning in the second championship game. As the umpire not quite ready, he gets behind the plate. Grace Davis.
So far today, the bottom of the order, Davis and Farnsworth yet to get a hit. They'll have to change that here in the bottom of the 7th.
Davis fouls the first one off, strike 1. Christiansen ready to fire the pitch in. High goes above the catcher's head, doesn't matter, no runners on, so strike 1, ball 1 to Davis.
So Davis's job here as the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 7th is to do anything she possibly can to get on first base.
Pitch is high, ball 2. Nice hard hit, and it goes right to center fielder. The center fielder for Enterprise, that's Maddie Grob. 1 out for Duchesne.
Fly ball straight away center field. And there's the first out of the bottom of the 7th for Christiansen and the Lady Wolves.
Defending 2A state champions, looking eagerly to play undefeated in the championship game tomorrow afternoon. Chesney Farnsworth is going to pop one up. It's going to be caught by the first baseman, Macy Hunt. So 2 quick outs for Duchesne. Now the top of the batting order will be Jaylee Farnsworth. And Farnsworth's going to have to get something going for Duchesne right here. But you can feel that almost like the hangman's noose starting to tighten up in the pressure situations right here where you know you've got to get something going or you're going to drop into the consolation bracket.
Yeah, 2 outs, no base runners. Christiansen's got a ton of rhythm and a ton of confidence. And like you said, a very tall task here for the Duchesne Eagles.
So Farnsworth's first pitch is a ball. Second's going to catch that inside corner, strike 1. Count 1-1, 2 outs. That pitch comes in, ball 2.
So Farnsworth trying desperately to get anything started here in the bottom of the 7th for the Lady Eagles. For the Lady Eagles. But Christiansen so far has been very efficient.
Christiansen's pitch coming in. Nice hard hit to Moyle. She knocks it down. Can she beat the throw there? She does. So Jaylee Farnsworth has a hit to first base, gets on as Moyle unable to get the ball to first base, and Duchesne now with the base runner on, 2 outs. That brings up Jocelyn Farnsworth.
Yeah, I would call that an error on Moyle. An E5 allows Farnsworth to take first base, so there is a heartbeat for the Duchesne Eagles. It's faint, but there is a heartbeat.
And Farnsworth goes to slap the ball. Ball 1.
So Farnsworth 0 for 2 on the day with the base on balls and a strikeout.
And that's going to fall in the gap as Farnsworth's going to round second. And Jocelyn Farnsworth, though, stays on first. So great hit as it just falls right in the gap. Pretty hit on the slap by Jocelyn Farnsworth.
Yeah, the slapper gets Bleeder just to drop in over top of the second baseman. And Jaylee Farnsworth on her horse from first base all the way to third. So runners on first and third with 2 outs here. And with Grant, their big stick. You never know, Pepper. One swing changes everything in a situation like this.
It does, and Grant, she's had a stellar performance at bat. She's got the bat on the ball every single time at bat. And, but a home run right here?
She's hit the ball hard every time. She's 2 for 3 on the day. Hit the ball hard on the nose every time. And with a base open and a 3-run lead, although you've got Moreland coming up, then a home run would win it. So they're going to have to pitch to Grant, but Christiansen going to need to hit her spots.
First ball is low and in the dirt. Ball 1 to Kelsey Grant from Christiansen.
This is what you pay the big bucks for. Grant, the 3-hole hitter, driving in runs all year long for the Duchesne Eagles.
Wow, that looked nice, and it was strike 1. And you talked about her last at bat letting one go by that was just a meatball, and that was a pretty pitch by Christiansen.
Yeah, that was a fastball pipe ski. That may have been the one that Grant wanted. We'll see what happens.
Nice hard hit. Does it have the range? It does not, and Enterprise is going to cinch their walk to the title game as right fielder Becca Hess steals that one from Kelsey Grant, and Enterprise only allowing 2 runs, not only at this game, but the entire tournament. The 2A defending state champions will be in the championship game tomorrow, and Duchesne will play Millard tomorrow morning in the second semifinal game.
Great game here in the championship side of the bracket. Great game by both teams, and ultimately the Enterprise Wolves just a little bit better pitching, put the ball in play, and able to make a few more plays on defense. A couple of errors really got to the Duchesne Eagles there, a couple of those middle innings, and the Enterprise Wolves advance to the championship game.
Well, and a couple of uncharacteristic errors, too, from Enterprise that we haven't seen, that were just something that we haven't seen from them as well. But regardless, Enterprise notches their win to go to the championship game, and Duchesne, their hope's still alive as they will face the Millard Eagles tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And then the winner of that game will play Enterprise for the championship game at 12:30. So that'll do it for Matt and I today. You can jump on Local 10 and catch any other games you'd like to watch. And that'll do it. Have a good afternoon.